What's up, Aquarius? This is Jess. Welcome to my channel, and I have started this new series where I'm doing timeless monthly readings for each sign. So it is meant to be timeless, meaning that it will resonate you, or it is my hope resonate you. It is my hope and intention that this will resonate with you whenever you find it, and the intention is that it describes the energy going on for you for the duration of a month. So with that being said, let's just jump right into your reading. Okay, so right away, you have a lot of major arcana coming in like really heavy hitting spots for this month. So I do feel like this month might feel really important to you kind of under the surface. There's a lot of lessons for you. There's a lot of juice for you to kind of pull through. So right away, you're dealing with heavy Jupiterian energy. You're dealing with themes of education, of expanding yourself in some kind of way, maybe even spirituality. You are really looking to expand yourself. You're focused on your self-growth. You could be dealing with a Pisces or a Sagittarius and coming together with them, or there might even be some kind of a relationship with a very Jupiterian individual. Jupiterian individuals, like a lot of times they're very well educated. They could have multiple degrees. These are people that when they talk, you really want to listen to them. They might be very charitable, they might be an activist, or this could all be describing you this month, honestly, where you are feeling very involved in social causes, but you are doing so, if this is you, you are doing so from a very centered place. Honestly, there's a lot of self-reflection going on for you this month, Aquarius. So the overall energy that's coming through is temperance, and this is of course representing divine alchemy. You could be starting something this month that honestly you're going to feel the ripple effects of this for a long time, like in a really great way. This could be a goal that you're aware of, that where you can see the goodness that it promises. And again, this could be education, because you could be thinking a lot about your future and a lot about your path, and you could be really going inward and trying to figure out what the right thing is for you, because you do have it in your mind's eye of this happy ending, and you know that it's like a long road, but you know that it's going to be well worth it. And you're trying to balance like your inner emotions and your goals and figure out what exactly is going to make you happiest in the long run. I also think that you're trying to kind of see the lay of the land in a way, and that could be honestly what's drawing you to this and other tarot readings, because you're trying to go within in order to see above, if that makes sense. That's kind of the image that I'm getting. Like I said, I do feel like any kind of spiritual thing, whatever your spiritual practice is, and it doesn't have to be anything that looks overtly spiritual, but when you tap in and you find that thing that makes you feel really centered and grounded within yourself, I think that a lot of the answers that you're wanting and that you're looking for this month, Aquarius, you don't necessarily have to be super active about it. Like if you just engage with things that replenish your soul, activities that replenish your soul, whether that, I mean, honestly, for some of you, it could be taking hikes. For some of you, it could be actually going to yoga and meditating. For others of you, it's going to be things like video games, or, you know, I was watching a Jeffree Star video, and he was talking about how he feels most balanced and centered when he's doing his makeup. So it's like whatever that is that makes you feel centered and balanced and connected with everything, then go ahead and engage in that. And I think you'll be surprised that the answers just kind of float up to the surface here. So in the past, it's like this is such opposite energies, because temperance, right? This is Sagittarius energy. This is Jupiter energy of being very expansive, of divine alchemy. There is a certain amount of risk that's involved, right? Because these Sagittarian pursuits and what this card really embodies is union, and it is travel and expansion and culture, and that it requires a certain amount of bravery and like expansion. So in the past, I see you were in more of a restrictive energy here with the Four of Pentacles. Like maybe you didn't want, maybe if this is an educational pursuit, maybe you're going to have to spend, you're thinking about spending some big money in order to attain a long-term goal. There's definitely this energy of working towards a long-term goal and maybe bringing in parts of yourself or looking at parts of yourself or having to bring in skills that you don't necessarily feel comfortable with. So in the past, you could have like kind of been on lockdown. You could have had to save a lot more money. Maybe you were trying to put on a show. This is always like my pretend emperor card, the Four of Pentacles, because he looks like he's dressed up like the emperor, but he's clearly not the emperor. He's, you know, kind of feeling miserly, feeling that lack mentality. And so I feel like you were trying to protect yourself in some kind of a way. And it really shuts you off from divine guidance. And that could have been something that you literally became aware of, because this is being completely open to divine guidance. So you're taking a major shift here from past energy. What's interesting is that in the obstacle position, we have the Moon card coming up, which is another major arcana card. This is Pisces, but it's also representing that fourth house. So maybe traditional ways of thinking, and I'm getting that too with the Four of Pentacles, right? Fourth house, that 4 is such a traditional, stable number, but it could be keeping you stuck. Like there could be emotional patterns and things that you learned in your home when you were a child, before your brain was even aware of anything enough to protect you from anything. It could just be underlying patterns or beliefs that really have kept you stuck. And it's something that you're becoming aware of, where you're like, you know, I feel like you have kind of felt bad. You felt stuck. You felt stagnant in the past. And I feel like you're starting to pop the hood here. But this being in the obstacle position, the Moon, it's like you're just feeling that calling of doing that inner work. It's interesting. It's interesting here. Hold on, give me just a second, because there's just the energy of the path here. What you have to be sure where you're walking towards, like that you're walking towards your bright new day, and you're walking towards happiness and joy, health and healing, and you're not focusing on the things that you don't want, the things that make you feel bad. Maybe there's even some kind of a trauma or something. There's some kind of behavior pattern that's keeping you shut down, Aquarius. I feel like you're going to know what I'm talking about. You feel shut down in some kind of way. There's something that's giving you a lot of pain and a lot of restriction. I'm getting the energy of Saturn here, and in Vedic, Saturn is the ruler of your sign. And heavy Saturnian energy, I have heavy Saturnian energy in my Vedic chart. It's all about pushing limits, and it is about like doing that heavy work. But I'm seeing like you're supposed to be turning away from that heavy energy. So I'm doing a bad job of explaining this. It's balancing out like doing your inner work, but keeping a positive attitude and being really hopeful. You know, like being meditative and being spiritual and going inside and really doing our work, right? You're gonna want to do that this month, right? You're feeling called to do that. But there's a real danger here that you can get pulled down into the muck and into the maya, and you can focus on the wrong things. Don't listen to your fear voice. Don't listen to the things that make you afraid. You are meant to grow and expand. You are meant to trust, and you are meant to start taking happy steps towards some kind of a creative project, whatever makes you feel like you're coming alive. You're supposed to be breathing your heart back to life this month, Aquarius. You have dealt with something in the past that really shut you down and stunted you. You could have had some kind of massive traumatic event that happened to you, and we tend to get stunted whenever that trauma happened. So the universe is kind of reaching out a hand to you. Okay, there could be some kind of literal healing process going on, like you could be working with a therapist or a doctor, or there's healing being offered to you, and it could be that you're working with someone else who can help temper you. Temperance, right? Like in the water and the fire, and they're tempering each other. So it's like there's this really delicate balance that needs to be had this month of you exploring your emotions and also exploring your goals and that fire energy, what's driving you in this life, so that you can put together a plan in order to move forward. So what you feel like you have as tools at your disposal is the Page of Cups. There's something about creativity coming through heavy here. There's a creative energy. You could have an idea or something that you want to put together. You know you have the raw talent. You know you have the raw creative talent. And you also, if this is also dealing with with emotions. You could be afraid that you're not good enough for something. There's just negative self-talk that it has been holding you back, that you're starting to break free from. And honestly, you could have negative talk outside of you from your family, and maybe your family doesn't believe in your dreams and they haven't been supporting you, and you're going within and maybe you're looking for inner spiritual guidance or support from somewhere else. You have competing voices, and I feel like the voice, that negative self-talk, really did come from people around you from a young age, but you're challenging that. And so that's the danger, is like, yes, that is a part of who you are. It's something that you're going to deal with, you're going to have to constantly deal with, but right now you're stepping forward. It's the time to step forward. The universal currents want to carry you forward towards your goals and towards your dreams. They want to lift you out of that muck and that maya if you will only take that olive branch. That's something that you're weighing on. It's weighing in your mind here with the Two of Pentacles. This could be something that it feels like a big shift, basically. You might have to move away from your family, and that could be metaphorical. Like, you need to move away and distance yourself from them. I think you might need to get away from somebody that's very close to you. Friends, family. There's somebody in like your personal space that is poisoning your mind with some kind of negative self-talk, filling your head with things, with nonsense. And I think it's because you are very talented. I think on some level, I think that the intention here was to keep you safe and protected. I really don't. For most of you, I don't get like really, really bad energy. I mean, that's not to say that it wasn't super traumatic for you and that it didn't have a real and tangible effect, because it did. So I just feel that you know that you need to get away in order to become the person that you need to become. And the universe, I'm seeing, wants to support you in that. I feel like you've even been pulling it in. But this has to do with this really lighthearted, loving, carefree, charismatic energy that you have to you. People like to be around you. There's an innocence to you. You trust. You trust, and you know that you're very trusting, and you know that you're very creative, and that you can find a way out of this. And the universe agrees with you, and they want to support you in that. And there's some kind of support being offered to you, and a promise of a new day. If you just have to put one foot in front of the other right now, and this is going to cause conflict for you in the future. It is. You're going to have to stand up for what you believe in. And I'm sorry if you guys can hear my cats, because it's almost dinner time. But so there is something about this where you're going to have to defend what you want to believe in, which I'm getting the sense that like, that's why you need to get away sooner rather than later. Like, maybe go within, have a plan. If this is a situation, if this is an abusive situation where you are literally being abused in your home, you might need to create a plan that you keep quiet, and maybe there's somebody that can help you do this. And then, because you're going to have to put up a fight, and I don't mean a physical altercation, at least I hope not. That's not what I'm trying to say. Like, you're going to have to defend what it is that you believe, and the path that you're choosing for yourself. That's going to be a thing that's going to happen. I'm seeing the 7, so like I'm thinking one-on-one with someone. Like, I feel like there is a one person in particular that's just, could be a mother figure with the moon here. This could be a mother figure who has really taken hold of your psyche. Check out your moon placement in your astrology chart as well. See if there's any transits or negative aspects to become aware of, because that's just the thing that's playing out, okay, right now. So this mother figure has quite the hold on your psyche. So yeah, I do think that you're going to have to stand up for yourself here. And so it's like, if you already have a plan and all you have to do is enact it, all you have to do is put one foot in front of the other, that's going to help make this be as easy on you as it needs to be, right? How are you holding up? With the 6 of Cups here, this is a kind of a loving energy. I'm getting that you're just a trusting person. Like, I really do think that you trust in the universe and you trust in the benevolence of all things. And I can see you doing that this month. I'm also you're kind of being put by this mother figure or by this energy into like a childlike role, but you're also being called up. You're being called to start stepping out of that and start taking ownership of your life choices and your own path forward. And where it's like, yes, you can listen to the people that you love, you can have those relationships, but we also need to have like healthy boundaries and, and start crafting and creating the life that we want for ourselves, There could be a friend group or something. There's a friend around you. Like, as much as there's like a person around you that's tough, I think there's a friend around you too. Like, you're feeling pretty nostalgic. When you think about leaving, I do think that you think very nostalgically and you don't want things to change, and there's a lot of good. And there's a lot of trust and loving feelings and all of that, all of the warmth and love that comes with those things. So that's something that weighs on your mind. And then the outside influence is that you're basically hearing a call that your ships are coming in. That you have dreams, like you have some kind of dream, some kind of long-term goal for yourself that you have been trying to manifest, you've been trying to pull in. You maybe have like been daydreaming about this for a long time. You've thought about exactly how you would do it, and that plan is starting to come together for you right now. And that is the outside influence. You're going to start meeting people who can help you make these goals a reality. Specifically, there might be 3 people around you. Maybe this is a college entrance counselor or something. This could be a friend. This could be somebody who's already doing the thing that you want to do. But there are people around you who are going to help spark this goal in you. With this Sagittarius energy being front and center, Sagittarius being a fire sign, being the 3rd fire sign, leaning heavily into that Sagittarius energy. If you have a Sagittarian friend, maybe pay extra attention to the things that they say. Maybe you take some kind of a trip or something. I'm not so much getting a trip, like there might be, maybe you go hiking to a certain spot that feels really inspiring to you, like within your own community, and you allow your spirit to fill up and expand, and that's going to really help you along here. So your hopes and fears is the Page of Pentacles. You're so hopeful and so terrified of this new beginning in the real world. Like, there's something in the real world that you have to do. It might even cost money. Like, this might be a thing. It's like a course, and you mail off that check, and then that you've started the process. You're terrified of that, but at the same time, it's what you want more than anything. And I feel like it's something that's held your attention for a really long time. Like, you're feeling a calling huge here this month, Aquarius, and it's honestly really, really amazing. I can tell that you have a lot of conflicting feelings going on, and you have like some serious things that you need to consider, but the universe is trying to gift you this, right? And this is your advice, is like the nights are all about, first of all, pages are all, they're messengers and children, and I'm just getting that you're at the beginning stages of this and that you've been receiving a lot of messages from the universe, just pulling you towards this. This feels like a calling for you. And with the Knight of Cups, the knights are forward moving. They take action, and that's what's going on. Take creative action, move towards this. I feel like you need to send a check to somebody. Like, that's going to start this process here. Pay for it. If you need to buy a book, buy a book. Something that, if you need to send in a form or something, like, do that, but like start taking action. If this is some kind of you want to go to design school or something, pull out that sketchbook, start doing your sketches, make your decision, make your plan, send off your money, and lock yourself in, because you're going to have these nostalgic feelings pulling at you. You're going to have this mother figure pulling at you. Competing interests of home and work is basically what I just said. You're going to have competing interests for this, but this is something that you want, and it's something that is a part of your path here. This is a part of your path. And it's an experience that you asked to experience in this life. Sagittarius pulls the 9th house. In the 9th house, first of all, everything that happens in the 9th house is also heavily related to the mother. It's the lessons from the mother that you will experience from the mother, but it's also, first of all, for women, it's husband. Like this, you're going to meet this is going to set you on a path to meet your divine partner, and also just fulfill your life mission. And this is, the 9th house is it's like the power behind the 10th house of status and recognition and career. So this has something to do with like juicing up that power so that you can step up into the thing that you're supposed to do in this life. So this is pretty big energy, although it probably looks really mundane, as spiritual things have a tendency to do. So I do not envy you this month, Aquarius. My heart goes out to you. This feels like really big energy, and it's definitely huge on your soul mission, with this being the Temperance card, because Temperance, like I said, it's Sagittarius, it rules that 9th house. It's also Major Arcana. Major Arcana deals with soul mission and soul life. So you're having 9th house, soul mission, soul life, just front and center of this reading. So this, make no mistake, this feels heavy to you, and you're losing your balance, and you're feeling pulled in 2 directions here, and like you can't hold both of these spheres at once. It's because you can't, and it is definitely something that you signed up for in this life. So and I can definitely see that it's taking a toll on your mental health. So anything that you can do spiritually, or maybe there's a person that you can reach out for, really like try to replenish and take care of yourself. And I think the more that you step into those calming moments for you, to where you take care of you, you'd be surprised how much your head clears, and the way becomes clear for you. So that is what I have for you, Sagittarius. If that resonated, please do like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I hope to see you guys around here again. Or I don't know if I called you Sagittarius, and I only did that because the Temperance card is here. So really embody that Sagittarius energy, Aquarius. I'm thinking about you guys this month. Hold on, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.